Good morning, everybody. This article comes from The Conversation. Earth's other moon and its crazy orbit could reveal mysteries of the solar system. Yes, Earth does have a second moon, and it is called 3753, and it's pronounced Cruithne. Cruithne. It's kind of a weird word, but that is how it's pronounced. Cruithne. Alright, so Earth's other moon, Cruithne, and its crazy orbit could reveal mysteries of the solar system. We all know and love the moon. We're so assured that we only have one that we don't give it a specific name. Its brightest object in the night sky, and amateur astronomers take great delight in mapping its craters and seas. To date, it is the only other heavenly body with human footprints. What you might not know is that the moon is not the Earth's only natural satellite. As recently as 1997, we discovered that another body, 3753, Cruithne, is what's called a quasi-orbital satellite of Earth. This simply means that Cruithne doesn't loop around the Earth in a nice ellipse in the same way as the moon, or indeed the artificial satellites we loft into orbit. Instead, Cruithne scuttles around the inner solar system in what's called a horseshoe orbit. Let me play this one first. And I'm sorry, I guess it has no sound. But this is Cruithne's orbit, is what you're looking at. The smaller one being Cruithne. I'm just going to call it 3753. And that's the Earth. Okay. To help understand why it's called a horseshoe orbit, let's imagine we're looking down at the solar system, rotating at the same rate as the Earth goes around the sun. From our viewpoint, the Earth looks stationary. A body on a simple horseshoe orbit around the Earth moves towards it, then turns around and moves away. Once it's moved so far away it's approaching Earth from the other side, it turns around and moves away again. Let's watch this one. Okay. This is Cruithne from a stationary Earth position. So you can see the orbits right here, this orbit, it kind of in the shape of a kidney bean. This is Cruithne, that right there. Horseshoe orbits are actually quite common for moons in the solar system. Saturn has a couple moons in this configuration, for instance, which also, by the way, all the other planets out, and Mars has 2 moons. Alright? All the other planets have multiple moons, so it only makes sense that so does Earth. Alright? So does Earth. We also have a shadow moon, a dark moon, a black moon. That's there too. Alright? That one is called Rahu. So there's a lot more in our solar system that belongs there that people don't know about. Alright? For instance, Cruithne, let me switch over here. Let me see here. Okay, I'm going to read it. Cruithne is an asteroid with a bizarre orbit when viewed from an Earth frame of reference, stationary Earth. It describes a series of bean shapes. Over the course of 770 years, the series completes a horseshoe-shaped movement. When the Earth is in the gap of the horseshoe, alright, it approaches the Earth from one direction, then it moves away and makes more bean shapes as it moves around the sun, until it approaches Earth from the other side and then moves away again. Let me go down here real quick. Okay, I found it. Okay. It approaches the Earth from one direction, then it moves away and makes more bean shapes as it moves around the sun, until it approaches Earth from the other side, then moves away again. Studying the animation will show you that Cruithne never really goes around Earth. At times, the orbit brings Cruithne underneath the south pole of Earth, 40 times farther away than the moon, and at other times, here it is, it can be seen on the other side of the sun. Alright, so I have to do it. I have to mention Nibiru. Alright, people are thinking it's Nibiru on the other side or behind the sun, when in reality what they're probably looking at is something that belongs in Earth's solar system. It's been there. Alright? The orbital period of Cruithne is 1 year. It takes 1 year. Okay. Cruithne is at a balance point where its average orbital period around the sun is the same as Earth. 1 year. Alright, let me go back to the other article. Okay. What's unique about Cruithne is how it wobbles and sways along its horseshoe. If you look at Cruithne's motion in the solar system, it makes a messy ring around Earth's orbit, swinging so wide that it comes into the neighborhood of both Venus and Mars. Cruithne orbits the sun about once a year, but it takes nearly 800 years to complete this messy ring shape around Earth's orbit. Cruithne close up. So Cruithne is our second moon. What it's like there, well, we don't really know. It's only about 5 kilometers across, which is not dissimilar to the dimensions of the comet 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko, which is currently playing host to the Rosetta orbiter and the Philae lander. Okay. The surface gravity of 67P is very weak. Walking at a spirited pace is probably enough to send you strolling into wider cosmos. Okay, so anyways, I don't need to go into too much detail here. Let's see. It's saying if Cruithne struck Earth, but I want to show you a video that clearly states it's impossible for it. Oh, and let me point this out. If Cruithne struck the Earth, though, that would be an extinction level event, okay? So that goes along the Nibiru narrative. So again, Nibiru is bullshit. What people are most likely seeing are Earth, other moons, and maybe even Earth has a second sun. Alright? We already know NASA's lied about everything. So that makes this possible. Alright? But I do know of Rahu and Ketu. The shadow sun, the black sun and the shadow moon. Anyways, so there are things that belong in our solar system that have been there, and the fact that this Cruithne orbits around the sun once a year, and at times it can be seen behind the sun. Well, I'm thinking that's what they call Nibiru. So, anyways, let me read this. Okay, anyways, let me finish this. Extinction level event, similar to what is believed to have occurred at the end of the Cretaceous period. Luckily, it's not going to hit us anytime soon. No, it will never hit. Okay? Let me go down here. It's not just Cruithne. The story doesn't end there. Like a good foster home, the Earth plays hosts to many wayward lumps of rock, looking for a gravitational well to hang around near. Okay, anyway. Oh, okay. I'm having a hard time with my words today. I'm sorry. Astronomers have actually detected several other quasi-orbital satellites that belong to the Earth, all here for a little while before roaming on to new pastures. So what can we learn about the solar system from Cruithne? Quite a lot. Like with many other asteroids and comets, it contains forensic evidence about how the planets were assembled. Its kooky orbit is an ideal testing ground for our understanding of how the solar system evolves under gravity. Alright, I'm going to switch over to a video. Here, let's see. Yeah, hold on.
Except for the moon, our planet has also another celestial companion in its vicinity. The object's name is Cruithne, often called Earth's second moon. The name Cruithne is of Celtic origin. According to some Irish sources, the Cruithne were the first semi-mythical Celtic inhabitants of the British Isles during the Iron Age. Cruithne is an asteroid with diameter of about 5 kilometers and a horseshoe-like path, much more complicated than simple satellite motion. When observed from a point above the North Pole of the Earth, the asteroid Cruithne follows a very complex horseshoe orbit. Cruithne has not an elliptical or circular shape of orbit typical for our solar system, but it's not so strange. Nothing related to Cruithne is typical. With respect to our planet, Cruithne's movements are very slow. At particular points in its orbit, Cruithne suddenly reverses its rate of motion, giving an impression of dancing back and forth. Cruithne has been known for a very long time, but not officially. Officially, this one of the most peculiar celestial objects of our solar system was discovered by J. Duncan Waldron at Siding Spring Observatory, Coonabarabran, Australia on October 10, 1986, while searching for near-Earth objects. Most of the known asteroids are in orbit around the Sun, but somewhere between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Some of them are circulating closer to our home star, while the others have their orbits farther out. Cruithne has its orbit very close to Earth, and it is considered as a close companion not only to the Moon but also Earth. The asteroid does not go around the Earth, Instead it shares the Earth's orbit. However, Cruithne's weird orbit was first determined in 1997 by 3 astronomers Paul Wiegert, Kim Ananen at York University in Toronto, and Seppo Mikkola, working at the University of Turku in Finland. It has a very special relationship with our planet and a collision with Earth is not possible. This small object is in orbit around the Sun and at a distance very close to that of the Earth. Cruithne comes closer to Earth at the distance of about 15 million kilometers, 9.3 million miles. It means 40 times that of the Moon. As observed today, Cruithne's present trajectory is seriously dominated by Earth's gravity, and this state will remain for about 5,000 years. What will happen later? Well, this relationship is certainly not forever, and Cruithne will eventually escape one day in the future. According to computer simulations, Cruithne will spend only another 5,000 years or so on its current orbit. Then, the asteroid will probably move into true orbit around Earth for a time. It will a chance to become our planet's second moon, but not for long. Astronomical estimations indicate that after 3,000 years orbiting Earth, this strange celestial body would escape back into orbit around the Sun.